Hi everyone, I'm back. Today's video is a little bit different, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. So today I want to talk about Dublin. So if you've seen already, I went a couple of weeks ago. There's a vlog down on my page. If you haven't watched it yet, go and check that out. But this was the first time I've ever been to Dublin. First time I've ever been to Ireland, which is crazy to say. I've done 25 other countries and Dublin is only across the pond. But one of the reasons that I hadn't been is because I've always heard and seen how expensive people say it is. And when I've looked, hotels have always seemed a little bit more expensive. So it's kind of just somewhere that I've put off going for a little bit. But I'm really not sure I thought it was that expensive. I would compare it to, well, I was comparing it to London, but I'm not even sure it is. I think London's still more expensive than going to Dublin. But I'm going to do a cost breakdown of sort of how much I spent and what everything cost. So we stayed in a hotel. Obviously if you're staying in a hostel it's going to be a lot cheaper, and usually I would stay in a hostel, but this time I went with my friend, so we decided it was a girls' trip, we're going to stay in a hotel. So we stayed in the Dublin one. This was £103.50 each for 2 nights, which I really don't think is that bad. It was a bit of a walk away from the city centre, but it was nice because it meant that you could sort of stroll and take in other things, that kind of thing. Our flights were really cheap. I think that's probably one of the cheapest things about Dublin, is that you can get return flights from East Midlands really cheap. I paid £28 return, which is probably one of the more expensive ones. I think you can get them for like £5 return sometimes. And then we also did a few different of the attractions, so the Guinness Storehouse, and also we did the Work the World tour and the Book of Kells, so those things were included as well. As I say, I will do a full breakdown, but all in all I spent £300. That includes my Work the World ticket, which I don't know whether to include or not. If it wasn't included it would be £250, which I really don't think is that bad. But yeah, if you want to include my Work the World ticket, then that's obviously £300. As I say, I went with these massive expectations. It was going to be really expensive, and like I say, if you're comparing it to kind of like London, maybe it is. It's not going to be as cheap as some of the places in Eastern Europe or Southeast Asia, that kind of thing. Like, so I think I've always had that comparison of like Eastern Europe, but it's nowhere near as expensive as, like, say, the Scandinavian countries and Iceland and those kinds of places. We went to Temple Bar, and this is where I was really expecting it to like be that expensive. I was expecting maybe like £4 or £5 for a soft drink, but it was only £3. Now you might say £3 is quite a lot, and I guess it is, but not for like the most famous bar in Dublin. Well, I didn't think so anyway. Cocktails were a little bit more expensive, and the rest of the menu didn't have the prices. So for like the spirits and stuff didn't include the prices. The cocktails started at €14.50, I think they were, which I guess is a little bit more expensive. I live in Nottingham in the UK, and kind of used to paying about £11 for 2, because you normally get 2 for 1, and if they're not, then they're usually around £9. But I know that in London you can be paying anywhere like 15 quid for a cocktail, so I guess it's not that bad. And then the attractions sort of don't seem to be that expensive. The Book of Kells was, but I'm going to talk about that in another video, about things to do in Dublin. But the Guinness Storehouse only cost us £19, and that included a free drink, which you could use on Guinness or you could use as a soft drink. We used it as a soft drink because I don't like Guinness, and we had tried the Guinness throughout the tour, so there is actually part of the tour where you can try Guinness for free, which again I'll talk about when I do the video of things to do in Dublin. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of make a video to make people aware that it's not always as expensive as it seems, and if it's somewhere that you think about going, just go. As I say, I really don't think it was that bad. I don't think that 250 quid for 2 days was that bad. And a lot of that is obviously already paid before you go. So my Work the World ticket, my flights, and my Guinness storehouse and my hotel was already paid before I went. So I think I actually only ended up spending around £100 while I was there, which, as I say, I really don't think is bad. But yeah, if you've got any questions about anything, as I say, I will do the breakdown. If you've got any questions about anything or how much things cost, please just drop me a comment and I'll reply. But yeah, I'll see you again next week with a video on things to do in Dublin. So make sure you've hit the notification bell and subscribed to see that video next week. Bye!